A lot of folks are diving into automations already in automations in their software. And a lot of the questions I always get is, Mike, what are the must-have automations for a lawn and landscape company? Well, Silver Grove obviously started about 7 or 8 years ago as an automations company. So I would start it right from lead acquisition. So if someone hits your website, fills out the form, the automation of automatically putting into your website or from the website to your software with duplicate checking and triggering a task or to-do to require that estimate is the first place I'd look at. In addition, while we're waiting for that estimate to happen, I would automate some short-term nurture, educating the consumer what they should do if they're performing the service themselves, or teaching them how to do the service as a professional to create a higher perceived value and hopefully overcoming any sales or price objections through education in that process. Next automation I'm going to ultimately recommend is something called 20 days to close. We're going to follow up on every estimate for 20 days via automated email, text, and phone call or ringless voicemail bound. And we're going to go out and have at least 5 or more touches. I'm going to recommend 8 to 10 touches. As it escalates closer to 20 days, we're going to utilize scarcity and urgency. Spots are filling up fast. Do we have time to close the estimate? Next thing is, this is usually where everyone stops, is basically a welcome and wow series. So we're going to go in and welcome them with an email, acclimate to what to expect with your company. And if we need a credit card on file, we get that in there. We're going to follow up through financial automations for overdue and pre and post trip job notifications. And then finally, if we're talking about all the most important ones, there's 6 or 7 other ones in there, but ultimately the final piece that I'm going to recommend is upsells. We're going to go out over 3 communications. We're going to educate them around the service, and it's going to be timed right before, during, and right after that pain point starts. The system right before that is going to sweep through to see if they have an estimate schedule, if they're already on the list, currently have the service, if they're on a waiting list for the service, or they've had it done in X amount of time, then wouldn't be appropriate to upsell them. If and only if those pieces make sense, then we sound the upsell. Life cycle automations are going to automate based on the customer's life cycle. Those are the main automations I would start with from a return on investment point. If you're going to add one more in along the upsell front, I would have a in the field automation based on from a form based on what the crews are seeing out in the field to upsell specifically to property specific problems.